So I usually teach how to use thermochromic inks, photochromic inks, and for those, the method that I found very efficient to use for teaching was to create some color swatches and visualize the process to the students, because this is something that happens in different times, like at the heating state, at the ambient temperature, at the cooling state. And if you just want to verbally describe it, it's very difficult for them to grasp it.
So my experience in teaching smart textiles is through here at the university, where I teach smart textile workshops or particular material explorations with regards to smart materials in the undergraduate and master's level studies here. And in terms of the best method for teaching it, really this sort of hands-on, practical and very experimental approach is, I think, is the strongest way to for students to experience smart textiles and to really get an understanding, to kind of inspire new ideas for potential future textiles.
Like smart textiles are eventually going to become like more and more popular and more accessible.
The relationship is that with smart textiles, you can really make fashion more diverse. So let's say if you want to have a top and you would like to change it, then instead of perhaps if your customer doesn't want to go to the store, then you could just buy online a new pattern and it would change.
So I think that smart textiles are the future of fashion. We are interested in ways to create a reactive garment that changes according to breath or sweat, heat that's accumulated in the body during vigorous dancing.
We design a new type of mask. It's a fun one. It's when people wear it, it will show the sleep, and when people take off, it will show awake.
We're hoping to embroider conductive thread within our weaved surface and use thermochromic paints to like reveal or hide colors on top of the weaved surface.
And we wanted to create some sort of lampshade that it changes color, and also it makes our eyes more comfortable when we read something for a long time.
The idea is to make some kind of text message. You will control it by thermochromic painting. Some text will appear, some text will disappear.
We could look at the design from two different aspects. One could be solving the problem, one could be the open up the imagination. So I would say the most challenging part in this workshop would be open up your imagination for yourself and also for others.
You have to come up with a new concept, and the time is, for me, is not enough.
So I guess it's the time, but otherwise it's very fun. It's very challenging in a good way to really think. So I guess it's just about keeping cool and really think about the strategies and the planning.
We have so much like crazy ideas, and but like time and the materials that we have here of course gonna like reduce the possibilities that we can do, but we have to adapt.
So I think one of the challenges with this kind of work, and something that we see in the workshop, is that you're having to balance many different systems at play. So you have a thermochromic system, has a particular method of working and particular expressions, and then you have an electronic system involved where you're working with conductive thread or conductive tapes or fabrics, and there's certain qualities of those materials that need to be respected.
The challenge is like how to make it happen. Yeah. And also I find it's very important to have a good partner.
Working as part of the group is a challenge, but we had like really small groups this time, so that was a really nice kind of team playing exercise. You don't have the pressure of being marked, so you can actually let it out. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect because you haven't finished your time, but you've taken your idea a step further.
The most of our study is focused on the research area, so we're just work in the lab. I think this workshop gives me really special experience about the real world, like what those company, their trying to achieve.
Learning enough about it that I can find someone else that is an expert in that. So sort of create a team of people that would be able to bring my ideas to fruition.
Really into smart textiles. I really, that's like my thing. So I will continue with smart textiles, with like the heating, with the conductivity. Just continue to experiment and like see how we can make solutions to make clothes more sustainable.
Well, actually, we by the presentation of some companies, we learned some new technologies, possibilities also that we can include in textile.
I have kind of an idea what kind of stuff those companies are trying to achieve and what kind of products they can make from the technology we have.
During my final year, I really would like to use some smart textile, probably the thermochromic print or maybe the conductive thread, those type of things to help me to, look at the garment in different way.
I'm studying sustainability, and this is not something I found evident to incorporate, but after this week I can see like some development and where it could go and in which way smart textile could help people change their mindset about fashion, but also change their behavior.
Challenging?
Innovative?
Intense?
Joyful.
Great.
Illuminating.